and welcome dear students to a series of grammar in use. In this video we are going to explore the articles and it is an overview with certain do's and don'ts. If you are looking for rules, kindly look at the previous video, that is lesson number 63. In this video we are covering certain do's and don'ts. Let us dive into it. You are requested to get a pen and notepad ready so that you can take down the pointers as we go along. Articles overview. Using articles. Now, how to use articles when there are singulars or plurals. Now, with singulars, singular nouns must be used with an article. The definite article the or indefinite articles, those are a or an, can be used depending on whether the object is being spoken about in general or specific terms. Now it is in general the rule is different. When it is specific, the rules are different. Let us see one of the examples that we have here for indefinite articles. He wants to buy a new car. Now over here a is used, that means a countable number, and it is singular. A refers to the car in general, not the car he wants to buy. So that means it is general, not a specific car that he's pointing at a certain car in the showroom and asking for something. He's just speaking about in general that he wants to buy a car. So when it is general, you use a provided it is countable and the first letter is a consonant, not a vowel. It should be a consonant. So then a is used. I have is apostrophized. It is a contraction over here, so it is read as I have. I've got a beautiful green coat. Over here, a is used before the adjectives and it is meant for a singular or single coat. A beautiful green coat. Now let us see, a is used because the green coat is something new that is being introduced. That means talking about it for the first time. Even then you use a as an article. Let us proceed. Now the plural nouns. The indefinite article a or an cannot be used with plural nouns. Instead of that, some, the word S-O-M-E, some is used for plural nouns when referring to an indefinite quantity of something. Now let us see certain examples that we have before us, and we have certain do's and don'ts also. That means what is right and what is incorrect. So you have to take a note of those, what is correct, and make a note of the incorrect, that you should avoid those kind of errors. Now first let us look at the incorrect form. Sam bought a new shoes today. Shoes you always used as a pair, so you say shoes. Now a is incorrect over here. You can see the cross over here. A is incorrect. Why? The indefinite article cannot be used for plural nouns because shoes are always considered in pairs, so they exist in plurals. So a cannot be used at all. I have just planted some roses. As mentioned earlier, you cannot use a or an for plurals. Instead, the word some is used. So now let us see how it is used. I have just planted some roses. You cannot say one rose, two rose, three rose, because you're at present at the time of speaking, you don't know the correct number. It's unknown. When it is unknown, how to say? You cannot say a rose, or you cannot say a roses or an roses or the roses, because you are not very sure. So you have to use some roses. Some suggests a limited number of roses, but the exact number is unknown. That means at the time of talking, you don't know the exact number. So you use the word some. The next pointer is regarding uncountable nouns. The indefinite article is not usually used with uncountable nouns. Indefinite means a and an. These two are not definitely used with uncountable nouns. The definite article is used to talk about uncountable nouns in specific terms. And zero article means no article, nothing at all. Zero article is used to talk about them in general terms. That means nothing is used when you are talking about in general terms. Now let us see how to apply this rule. I left our money. It is incorrect. I left our money on the table. Our cannot be said at all. Why? Because a or an cannot be used with uncountable nouns. Uncountable nouns. So you cannot use a. Now let us see. Children should drink our milk. This is also incorrect because you cannot count milk at all. So this is also incorrect. You should have said, I left some money on the table, or I left money on the table. Children should drink milk. So that means this is how zero article is used. Children should drink milk. Milk over here means zero article means no article at all. The next pointer is regarding the definite article with a comparison to the zero article. Let us see. The definite and indefinite articles are used in different situations. Definite means the and indefinite means a or an. They're used in different situations, and this can depend on whether they are being used with a singular, plural, or uncountable nouns. Singular definitely countable, plural definitely countable, and uncountable nouns. So let us see the examples. Definite articles. Let us see the example. Is the red car outside yours? The means some specific car that is outside. So the is used to talk about a specific car that the speaker and listener both know about. So that is how the is used in the conversation. I want to buy the green coat hanging in the window. Now this is also a specific coat about which the speaker is talking. The green coat, that means that specific green coat which the person has seen hanging in the window. This was definite article. The use of the talking about something specific. Now let us see what are zero articles and how these are used. I have contracted to I have. I've got new car. Now this sounds a bit incorrect. I've got new car. There's something missing from here. This is wrong. Singular countable nouns must have an article. So the correct version would be I've got a new car. The next example is I've got beautiful green coat. I've got a beautiful green coat. So there's an article missing from here. There's an article missing from here. You cannot let go this expression without an article. You need to have an article in both the cases. The next example that we have is the definite article is used to talk about plural nouns in specific terms. Now we spoke about the words in specific and the words in general. Now we are talking about plurals in specific terms. The shoes, we have considered this earlier also. You cannot say our shoes, so you had to say a pair of shoes, so that the shoes. Over here we have said the shoes Sam bought were very expensive. The shoes, why? Because talking about something specific. The definite article is used to talk about plural nouns in specific terms. The roses you planted. So we are talking about some specific roses, okay? The roses you planted outside are beautiful. So that means talking about a specific set of roses which the person has planted. So this is about specific terms, and this is in plural. Now let us see another set of example. Sam is always buying shoes. Now, Sam is always buying shoes. No article, that means zero article. Why? Let us see the reason. No article is used because shoes is a plural noun being spoken about in general context. Here, shoes was a plural noun which was spoken in specific context, specific terms. We were talking about a specific set of shoes. We were talking about specific set of rose plants or roses. So the was used. Now over here what happens is we are talking in general context. Sam is always buying shoes. So it is correct because we are talking in general context. Roses are a type of flower. Roses, plural. We don't say the roses. We are not talking about only one specific variety or species or genesis of roses. We are talking about certain specific, or we are talking about certain, we are not talking about anything specific. We are talking in general. Roses are a type of flower. So it is correct. Why? Roses are being spoken about in general terms. There is no idea of a number. We don't know how many roses, red color rose, black color rose, white color rose, yellow color rose. We don't know. It is spoken in general. So that is why roses are a type of flower. So we don't use the or a before it. Now let us see another set of examples which is quite interesting. Over here, I left the money on the table. Usually, money is not the word money itself is an uncountable. Now, when you say the money, I left the money on the table, from the context, we understand that the speaker is talking about some specific money, and the listener already knows that the person is talking about certain specific money. The speaker is referring to specific money that the listener already knows about, so the definite article is used. That's why the is used. Children should drink the milk. This is completely incorrect. Why? Because milk is uncountable noun which is being spoken about in general terms. So the definite article cannot be used. So now because you're talking about milk in general context, you cannot use the over here at all. Children should drink milk. You're not talking about any specific milk, the milk that is in the bottle or the milk that is in the glass. You are talking in general. Children should drink milk. Now let us see another example. She earns a lot of money. Now wait a minute. We have used the money in the previous example where the speaker and the listener were aware of what money. Now over here, she earns a lot of money. The word money is used in a general context or general sense. She earns a lot of money. No countable quantity or value or number is known. In general, the word money is used. No article is used because money is being spoken about in general sense, general context. Children should drink milk. As the correction of this, we had already discussed this. With this, we have come to the end of articles. If you like the video, click on like, share and subscribe. Thank you very much for your kind attention.